Celtics Lakers, Yankees Red Sox, Tar Heels Blue Devils. Those are a few of the traditional rivalries you think of when it comes to the greatest rivalries in all of sports. But maybe slowly getting onto that list is a rivalry between Watertown and Sandwich High School, who will be facing off in their third championship game in less than a year. The Raiders field hockey team is heading to the Division III state championship game this weekend against Sandwich, but we'll have more on that in a moment. First, we want to touch on a bit about how the Raiders got there. So we'll start off in the Watertown's Elite 8 matchup last Friday, November 11th, with Triton High School. Watertown hosting the number 9 seed in the Division III state tournament at Victory Field Triton. In the first quarter, Watertown got off to a fast start. Lizzie Loftus getting the scoring started for Watertown. 1-0 earlier in the game. And then Molly Driscoll, she would score a pair of goals early in the first half to give Watertown a 3-0 edge. Rachel Egan coming in with one of her own. And then in the second half, Loftus, she gets a nice pass over to Driscoll to round the scoring out. 5-0 the win. Watertown defeats Triton in the Division III round of 8. So that would mean Watertown moved on to the Final Four for the second year in a row. Top-seeded Watertown squared off with the 4th seed in the tournament, Dover Sherborne, at a neutral location at Canton High School. And this game was the Molly Driscoll show. The junior putting on an absolute clinic in this game. First quarter, Molly Driscoll, she splits the defense, gives Watertown a 1-0 lead. A little bit later in the first half, this is Caroline Andrade. She gets a pass out in front of the net and goes backhand to give Watertown a 2-0 edge, and that would be your halftime score, so Watertown hanging on to a narrow lead going into the break. But right out of halftime, literally right out of the second half face-off, this is co-captain Lizzie Loftus taking the ball up the middle. She delivers a perfect pass over to Molly Driscoll, who weaves in and out of several Dover Sherborne defenders to get her second goal of the game. What a play by that Raiders offense, clicking on all cylinders right now. A little later in the second half, off of the corner, Loftus gets it over to Molly Driscoll, a little touch pass, who delivers an absolute rocket into the back of the net. A hat trick now for the junior. And she's not done yet. Molly finds herself in the right place at the right time and sneaks the ball past the leg of the goalie. 4 goals now for Driscoll. Watertown up 5-0. Talk about a big-time performance from Molly Driscoll. Late in the fourth quarter now, Driscoll, this time she delivers a nice pass out in front of the net where Allison Fiju nets the Raiders' 6th goal of the game, and that would be your final. Watertown wins 6-0, improves to 21-0 on the season, and the Raiders still have only surrendered 1 goal the entire year.
All you gotta feel is really excited for the team and really excited for everything that we've worked for this whole season. This is the end goal. This was really important, a really important goal for us, but we worked so hard to get here.
Very proud of all my players. Whether they got in the game or not, we've had some really strong practices, and it showed. Dover Sherborne clearly gave us a game, especially right at the start. It took a gradual process, but then our confidence kept going. So I'm very proud of everyone here. That's what I felt when the game ended, proud.
I think this is really exciting. I think this might be a new rivalry almost, so this should be fun.
They have a very young, very, very, very talented team. Clearly, anyone that makes it this far is an amazing team, and we're going to have our work cut out for us.
So, as I said earlier, we'll have a rematch of the 2021 Division III state final between Watertown and Sandwich. That game will be played this Saturday, November 19th, at the neutral location of Norwell High School. Watertown, the top seed, Sandwich, the 2nd seed in the tournament. The state championship will be played at 1 o'clock on Saturday. WCA-TV will film the game, won't be live, but we will film it, and we'll post highlights on our social media and our YouTube channel on Saturday night. So if you don't make it to the game, we will have highlights for you and all the hopeful celebration soon after. So the Raiders and Sandwich facing off in the state final for the 2nd straight year. Last year, Watertown defeated Sandwich very narrowly, 1-0 in double overtime. Not a lot of scoring in that game, a lot of running around, 2 very exhausted teams last year. So we'll see if history repeats itself, and I'm sure these 2 teams will be matched up very well once again. A couple of tough teams. So best of luck to the Raiders. And don't forget, the Raiders ice hockey team, the boys ice hockey team, they lost to Sandwich earlier this year in the Division IV state championship. So Watertown High School looking for a little bit of revenge in this third championship matchup between the two schools in less than a year. Moving on now to another sport, the Watertown High School cheerleading squad. They competed in the 2022 Fall North Regional Championships at Billerica High School this past weekend. On Sunday, November 13th, the Raiders unfortunately did not make the cut to qualify for state competition. However, head coach Jennifer Ryan said it was still one of the team's best performances of the season. She added that they ended the fall competition season on a very strong performance and a great foundation that they can build off of as they head into the winter season, where they will cheer for the basketball teams and compete in winter competitions. But you can see the Raiders cheerleading squad next during the 100th annual Thanksgiving Day football game between Watertown High School and Belmont High School. And in case you haven't heard, that historic game will take place at Fenway Park on Wednesday, November 23rd at 4 p.m. Our friends at Belmont Media Center will be live streaming that game, and WCA-TV will simulcast it here in Watertown. So you can watch the game live on WCA-TV's education channel via Comcast Channel 8 and RCN Channel 15, or online at WCATV.org. Watertown leads the all-time series 48-46, and there have also been 5 ties. Watertown defeated the Marauders 25-0 in last season's game. We'll have highlights next week on Watertown Cable News, which will air on Thanksgiving night. So although this game isn't being played on Thanksgiving, you can watch highlights of the game on Thanksgiving night. So that wraps up this Raiders report. Best of luck to the Raiders field hockey team this weekend in the state championship. Be sure to check out Watertown Cable News' social media feeds for highlights of that game on Saturday evening. So until then, I'm going to toss it back over to Maya and Rob for more Watertown Cable News. Take it away.